For 34 years, there was no name more synonymous with Gettysburg swimming than our final inductee. The fact that he and his wife Cammie guided the Bullets to 42 total conference titles is just the start of what makes Mike Rawleigh worthy of a spot in the Hall of Athletic Honor. A few of his former swimmers tell us more.
Mike Rawleigh was named Gettysburg's head swimming coach in 1985, a position that he held for 34 storied years. He shaped the program and its swimmers into confident award winners, and his legacy is one of success and love for the sport and his athletes.
The word I would use to describe Mike and his coaching style is connection. He has a 1 in a million ability to see what people need on any given day and big picture what they need long term and make the connection with them on a personal level so that all of the goals can be achieved. With Mike, it was never just, wins and losses and dropping time, and that was certainly important. But his coaching philosophy was more big picture than that. It was about recognizing us as student athletes, with student being the first and most operative word, and also as human beings that arrive at college at 18 years old and leave when we're 21, 22. And the growth that takes place during that time was always something that he was interested in fostering in any way that he and really his whole family could.
So Coach was 100% trusting of his athletes. And he just, quickly into our relationship said, hey, you're good, you're fast, keep doing what you're doing. And he led us to our own devices to the point where it instilled a tremendous amount of learning and opportunity to grow and mature. And I think those types of moments really pay off in the pressure-packed situations. You've learned to believe in yourself. You learn to trust yourself. Your coach believes and knows that you know what to do. And you take what you've done and who you are and you apply that to your race and to your performances and to your confidence.
During his tenure at Gettysburg, Mike, alongside his wife Cammie, won a total of 42 conference team titles across the Centennial and MAC, which accounts for 25% of all the championships earned in Gettysburg College's history. He led the Bullets to 20 NCAA Division III championship showings, including a men's team program best 12th place finish at Nationals in 1998 and 2015. Under Rawleigh, swimmers have achieved 118 All-American honors and 334 Centennial Conference event titles. Rawleigh is a 6-time Centennial Conference Coach of the Year award winner across the men's and women's teams and holds records for the most wins in men's and women's swimming by any coach in Gettysburg swimming history.
What I appreciated about Mike was that I was not the best swimmer there, but he helped me with my stroke. He gave me demanding practices and I got better. Even though I had swam in high school, I got better when I was in college because of him. I appreciated that. I appreciated that he was willing to take the time to help me to get better.
He just knew it was, the benefit was being able to compete, being able to train, having discipline, having a schedule, and frankly, winning. He
provided those opportunities, woke up early with me, headed to the weight room, got in the pool, wrote me practices, got a great team around me and made us work hard and fired us up and got us going. And he led a lot of it up to us. So he said, it's up to you. And he gave us that independence and that accountability. And that has just made the biggest impact in my life.
In 2020, Rawleigh was honored with the Richard E. Stedman Award, which recognizes a coach who has done the most to spread happiness in the sport of swimming by the CSCAA. Rawleigh not only accomplished this by creating joy for his swimmers, but by advocating for them.
He always found a way to make things fun for everyone. So even when it was just a handful of us traveling, he still made it feel exciting and he still always had the right words to say no matter what the mood was. So
when I was in my senior year, I got very sick. I had to leave school suddenly and Mike found out where I was, called my hospital room and we spoke. I think my parents had already spoken to the administration at school, and they recommended that I just drop out for the semester and graduate late. It was my senior year. And I talked to Mike about that and how upset I would be to not graduate on time. And unbeknownst to me, Mike found out who my teachers were. He called every one of my teachers. He got accommodations for me from every one of my teachers. And because of him, I graduated on time.
It was always a pleasure having Mike around. And truth be told, when I would walk around campus and see him roll by on his Triumph or see it parked outside of the old Cub pool building, that would just give me such comfort knowing that he was around. And, I don't think there's ever been a more impactful adult on so many people, certainly on my life. He was just a major part of it.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Mike Rawleigh.
Behave yourselves. I'm going to make this as brief as possible because I know everyone is ready to get out and move on with their evening, so here I go. No stories, no reminiscing, just straight up thank yous. I'd like to thank the Orange and Blue Club for its support of the college athletes and for hosting tonight's event. I'd especially like to congratulate the other 5 inductees in the 2011 women's lacrosse team for their induction into the 2020 class. The other inductees were chosen for their athletic accomplishments while attending Gettysburg College. While I'm up here tonight, by riding in on the coattails of athletes like them, I assure you there are people in the audience tonight who deserve to be inducted more than I do. Gallagher. Nonetheless, I'm honored to be here tonight. I do have a dilemma, though. My family expects me to be gracious, and the former swimmers here tonight expect me to be irreverent. I'm going with gracious. So on with the thank yous. First and foremost, I want to thank the former swimmers, particularly the ones who were kind enough to attend tonight. It really means a lot to me. You kept me employed. You made me look good. All those gaudy statistics belong to you, not me. And you kept my life interesting. I honestly enjoyed coaching all of you. Well, all but about 6 of you. Thank you, swimmers. I'd like to thank all of my assistant coaches and most of my team managers. So thank you, Scott Sauer, Pam Fisher, Sharon Ryan, Carla McCoy, Matt Jones, Ian Booth, Ryan Janos, Ryan McAnally, Anton White, Chris Nessler, Jeff Miller, Drew Close, Jillian Hancock, and Zach Moser. Thank you. I'd like to thank Gettysburg College for employing me, and especially the late Bob Holton, the AD who hired me. I'd like to thank my daughters who are here tonight Francesca and Mia, and my daughter, who's not here, Maggie. They grew up with the teams, and their lives were greatly enhanced and impacted in so many ways by the swimmers. And finally, I want to thank Cammie Boss Baritzi Rawleigh. She was the assistant coach for Gettysburg swim teams for 34 years. During those 34 years, no one believed that I could possibly be responsible for the team's successes. Everyone believed it was because of her, and I can live with that. Her own swimming career was remarkable, and most of our swimmers were in awe of her. She was a 3-year high school All-American in 3 different strokes. She held the Connecticut state record in 100 back for 19 years, the 100 fly record for 15 years. She was a U.S. swimming senior national qualifier from age 14 to 21, scoring in all but her first year. She was an Olympic trials qualifier in 1980 and 1984. She was a 13-time All-American and an American record holder in the 200 medley relay while attending UNC. She was named to the top 50 all-times ACC women's swim team and inducted into the UNC Champions Circle for all athletes who were either national champions or Olympians. Cammie. Stand up, please, Cammie. The Gettysburg College swim program would not have been the same without her. I love her, the swimmers loved her, and it should probably be her face on the plaque instead of mine. Thanks, Cammie. The end. Good night. Adios.